Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to share ways to understand Keshe plasma science. Regardless of one's reason for joining, or looking, or in search of, and bump into whether that accidental or on purpose Keshe plasma science, we can divide it into two categories. One is through the experiential knowing, from the physical experience of learning about nanomaterial, GANs, how to make it, apply it, and use it in our business or our daily life. The second part is through intellectual understanding or direct cognition, which either one you can apply either or both, to the soul teaching. The soul teaching is the main teaching as of this moment and for the past year is the main focus for Mr. Keshe. Depends on one level of understanding. People can engage in either one. You don't have to make ganses or nanomaterial to understand the big pictures, to realize all the things that he's trying to share. And you don't have to understand about the soul teachings to apply and to use Keshe plasma science technology. But what does require is time. Time to mature, time to digest, time to integrate this knowledge, the energy. Basically, it doesn't matter if we choose to go to experiential knowing with the experience or through direct cognition or through the logical mental for mental understanding. It requires time to digest because there's a lot of information at a lot of different levels. And like Mr. Keshe has said many times, what people can get out of these teachings depends on the level of understanding and experience. And through my own personal experience, I can share with people that we need time. Time to reflect, time to ask questions, time to look for more things, to research, just not within Keshe science and technology, but within our whole life. As we have more time to mature, to explore to the other areas of our life, whether to that health, to that spirituality aspect, or just to digesting, researching, looking for information to expand our mind, to find an answer. On our search for knowledge and understanding, we become more enlightened or expanded in consciousness and awareness of things and become to realize we understand more things. And maturity requires time and research and integration and all that stuff. Because all of us live in a dynamic environment. We don't just stuck in a room and all we do is eat, breathe, and live Keshe plasma science. We have to deal with everyday daily life. And when we become experienced into knowing, it all merges together, become integrated. We have everything will, I should say, blend. Because with knowledge, with energy, first we download it, then we have to digest it, then we have to integrate it and embody it. And that takes time to mature and to evolve. And regardless of what method, we can do both or just pick, depends on your own preference. Some people like to be hands-on and make the ganses and do all the nanomaterial, and they don't really care much about the soul or where the heck is it or how do I find it. They care more about free energy. What can I do with, use it to enhance my own personal life. And others would prefer to learn more about themselves, their relationship to nature and the universe. And they don't give one penny or they don't give a crap about those nanomaterial stuff, those yin stuff. Like they don't care about the technical stuff or how the heck do I make up a graph and get it to work. For them, it's not important. What everybody has their own his or her reason to join Keshe Foundation. And that knowledge is not for everyone, or everyone at different stages. And that's for us to decide, okay, how do I engage? How do I learn? How do I expand? And that cannot be forced upon. If someone just waking up, or not even waking up yet, or just being dragged by the soul to go see this, and do that, without having them even realizing it, then they are more physical. Because once you have not waking up yet, or just barely woke up, then you are much more physical, being dragged around by your soul, to your instinct, to your desire, to your intuition, as you can call it, without realizing it. And you just cluelessly, muddle-headedly fumble away through life and through things, and to do all different things without having any exact answer, being not really clear-headed, or we call muddle-headed, being not very focused. Things just all unclear, unsure, and you just go out there and trying to find answers. And as the longer you spend time finding answer, reflecting within yourself, and looking for things will become clearer. Other people who are, I can say, more spiritual or more in tune with themselves and are already more awakened, then they would look more toward mental understanding to rationalize, to figure out things like, why am I here? What is my purpose in life? Is that thing more than this? Is that all there is to my life? And they would like to have that answer by looking more into the soul teachings. And they don't care about the GANs, but they don't realize that the GANs will help them find that answer faster. The GANs will balance the mind, the emotion, the physicality, so they have a more expanded awareness. So they basically extend the receiver, the Wi-Fi receiver, to be bigger, wider, longer, and they can receive better signal. But it's a choice. And those are people that engage in nanomaterial and GANs that don't realize that those are the tools that will expand your consciousness to a different level, so you receive more information, more direct cognition. Your awareness expands slowly until you become understand a lot easier, digesting easier. But at the beginning, it's not even in your awareness for most people, and direct cognition. All they care about is health, free energy. That could be the main motivation in the beginning, is I want something to improve my health because Eastern and Western medicine did crap for me. I'm out of choices. I'm out of options. I'm at the end of my rope. I need something to help me to improve my health, my lifestyle. I can't stand this situation, this condition anymore. And Keshe plasma science and technology is the way out. And that works for them in the beginning stage. And that is just the beginning step that lead them to other stages of development and understanding. But at least there is a foundation to start. And those who are looking for free energy, because they're not being aware that they're being directed by the soul, by using their desire and the ambition to lead them to a different stage gradually, pushing them to the next level without them realizing it, that once they engage with the McGrath, the GANs, they become more expanded in consciousness and awareness. They become more emotionally stable. They become enlightened, expanded in consciousness. And that is a step that takes some time to integrate and to see. It's not something that happened overnight. For some people, yes, it could be a day, a week. Others would take years. But others just there because they want to take advantage of the technology to make money or for personal gain. And those people, well, that take a lot more time, a lot more time, because they have a different goal, different objective, and it might take forever. So it all depends on what is your motivation, what is your purpose, what is your intention initially, not just your intention, but your soul in coming to and using, accepting, and learning Keshe plasma science technology. So just to recap, we don't have to be grounded, being limited just by this and that. We can choose and pick whatever appropriate for us at that time and for what we need. And we can choose the physical aspect of experiential knowing, or we can go to the theory aspect, but don't just sit there and just rationalize. You think you can rationalize, you can understand about GANs just by using this guy? No. GANs require, depends on your level of conscious awareness. If you still have not waken up yet, that guy, this 3D mind will not able to rationalize it, because logic requires experience and mainly experience. If you don't have the experience, you cannot rationalize it, what you don't know, what you not understand. That's a fallacy. The Achilles heels of logic is that it requires a lot of experience. If you do not have experience and understand, you cannot rationalize things. Let me repeat. You cannot rationalize things that you do not have understanding or experience. That is one of the biggest fallacies of logic. Logic depends on information. When you lack information, you cannot make a logical choice or decision. When you're trying to learn about the soul and trying to rationalize it, it's going to take a lot of time. You are going to take a lot of time to mature understanding to what you call through rationalization, mental understanding. Soul teaching requires your heart. Embrace it, acknowledge it, and embody it. Then it will be exponential in the time frame to digest all those things, information. If you're going to sit there just trying to rationalize things without embodying it and using all your other senses like your intuition, your cognition, then it's going to be a very slow journey. So take your pick. And that is just putting it mildly basic. There are other ways, but from the beginner perspective, to understand Keshe plasma science, after my recommendation, whether you want to learn soul teachings or just from a graph, it's good to make the GANs, nanomaterial, to see firsthand, to confirm. You don't have to have in-depth knowledge, okay, of how to make the most perfect nanocoating, make the excellent perfect GANs. There's no such thing as excellent perfect GANs. I mean, everybody needs things differently. It's only a tool. As long as that thing helps you to achieve to the next level, done. Perfection is the ego mind way of limiting people. It's a tool. Use a tool to the next level. Done. Don't get caught in the trap of making perfect nanocoating, perfect GANs. For what? What are you going to use it for? If the intention is there, then mission accomplished. It's just that easy. You don't have to become an expert and all those things, different ways of nanocoating, all the special technique of making the GANs much more better. Yes, there are ways to make GANs more effective, but as long as it works, that is all that matters in the beginning. As long as you achieve your goal, done. There is no need for making the most effective GANs there is on this planet. If that is your passion, then yes, go for it. But for an average person, if that GANs is able to balance my emotion, my physicality, done. Done. The most important thing is your intention you put in it, because once you realize that the power of the mind, the thought, the emotion, you don't need to make any of those GANs. Just one thought and it's done. But those are just the baby steps you need in the beginning to create that understanding, that belief, that expanded in conscious and awareness to get you to the next level that you know that you need later on, that I don't need to make those things because I can make it as one thought in my mind and that's done. But that takes some time, some steps to get to that level. But it doesn't matter if you want to do experiential knowing or do mental understanding to the soul teachings. It's good to learn about just the most basic way, just to make the basic gains, use it for yourself, for your garden, to create an environment in your home where you're more peaceful. Then that's mission accomplished. Once you have that environment, it is exponentially increase your rate of understanding and your awareness in learning about the soul teachings. Without that foundation in the beginning for new beginners and those who into spirituality, trying to jump the soul teachings just to mental understanding gonna be a huge gap, a huge gap, a huge gap. Therefore, those that want to learn about the soul teachings and advanced stuff like structure of the universe and all those things, you have to do experiential knowing first to engage, to help to build the foundation, to expand its consciousness and awareness, and to balance it with your mind, put yourself into that observer perspective, be able to see and analyze, to be put your initial step into self-mastery, and that level, then it will be much easier. So that would be my recommendation. But then again, just pick what you like and what you think is good for yourself, because I cannot determine what is right and proper for you at that moment in time of your journey. I'm going to give a recommendation and share my own experience because it takes time. You cannot see how you change 6 months from now, a year, until you look back. And you self-reflect with how much you have changed or how much other people have changed around you. Those that you know, to Facebook, to meet online, outside, that after a year or 6 months or several years working with guests, how much have they changed? Because that is what you call the proof. The thing is to personal transformation, how much people have changed drastically or little, or how much these two, we have to observe others, observe ourselves to see how much we change. And that is subtlety. It takes time. And we can't, nothing happened. There is no miracle elixir when you gulp that down and you just become enlightened and everything just perfect dandy overnight. It doesn't happen. Personal transformation, expansion and consciousness takes time. Time to download, digest, integrate, and embody. Information is the same thing. Information, you have to take time to digest this information, integrate it, embody it. Therefore, there are steps to catch plasma science that people need to do. First is dive head in. You can sit there, you can logic it, you can rationalize it, you can look at all the testimonial all you want, but finally there's come a time you have to take that step of doing it yourself, making a nanomaterial, making the gas, confirming or denying or disproving or approving of the technology through your own personal experience, not what someone else said. Depending if you live your life through the opinion of other people, to what other people dictate what the experience is or should be or what it is, then that is not self-empowerment. That is not self-sovereignty. Self-sovereignty and self-empowerment is confirming things with your own eyes and experience that is the fact. That is my experience, not someone else. Information is just information. It does not become fact until you experience it on your own. And that's where hands-on experience, the experiential knowing is that no one can take it away from you once you experience it. No one can tell you otherwise that this is a scam, this is no good. Maybe it's for them because they're not at that level of understanding where they have all this mental filter, all the blocks, all the condition in their life, and they're not able to receive. And that may be correct for them at that stage of development, but for you, it may be something else different because you have lifted all the mental barriers and you have this desire to know, to learn, and to receive, then you receive. It's that simple. In life, we have a lot of filters. Our experience depends upon the filters we have in our mind. When we let go all those filters, all those baggage, then we have a different perspective and a different experience. Our experience of life depends on the conditioning, the filter that we have. The less filter, and whether emotional or mental, the less we have, the purer the experience will be for what it is, not our projection or assumption and all that things. So again, to learn Keshe plans, we can learn through the soul teaching or through the advanced technology aspect, and we can do both, or we do it in phases. It's good to start from the basic. It doesn't matter which path you choose. Learning the GANs is never a bad thing. So I hope that clarifies something for people and give them an idea of where to start, and just don't be too caught up on things. There's a rate of speed in understanding and experiencing consciousness depends on each person, how much you're willing to let go. The more you let go of repressed emotions, let go of limiting thought patterns, let go of opinions, expectations, and just explore with an open heart, then you will expand and learn and acquire at a much faster rate. So I wish you luck on your journey in learning, exploring about Keshe plasma science and technology. Thank you.